You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Floyd.
Flawless execution on the intro.
Incredible.
First time ever, I think.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
It took me a year and a half.
Hi, Mike.
Hello, Matt. It's time for another hang. It doesn't seem like a week went by.
Not at all.
It doesn't even. Time's getting faster.
I was packing up my bag and I'm going, I feel like I just did this. Like it feels, yeah.
Sure, it's not a Tuesday.
Yeah. Looking at
We're totally fucking this up.
like there's an alert. There's a reminder saying it's tonight.
We can't even wait a week to hang. We just I'm sure
Starving to hang.
As you people know, you just can't wait for the hang. You're salivating.
It's the best part of your week and you know it.
By Monday.
Come on, people.
By Monday afternoon, you're like, fuck. Oh, you're fiending. You're
jonesing.
Fiending. You have to go back and listen to old hangs.
I will tell you, we have received fan mail recently. I didn't even tell you this.
I may have seen the fan mail. I
may
may have answered the fan mail.
Oh, good, because I have. I was like, oh, how do I do? What's this about? Like, how does this work? Like, what do you do with this? Like, do you reply to it? Like, just on there? Like, how does that go?
I think you can hit reply because that's what I did.
Oh.
And I said, "Fuck you, buddy," and this is Matt Lloyd, and you can eat a dick.
That tracks. That's nice.
I said, "I don't know who you are, but thanks because I didn't say a name." But the thing I got was like some kind of email notification.
Okay. Yep.
It's because you set that up.
Yep.
And I was like, hit it, and it was like reply, and I was like, okay, I don't know who this is, but thanks for listening, man. And appreciate the feedback.
Little digital fan mail. I don't know if people still write fan mail in old school style because you probably look like a psycho.
Immediately, the cops come to your house.
Right?
Dear Justin, I've loved you for so long.
Matt, I've been hanging with you for a while. Never mind how I got your address and information.
I'd like to hang with you.
We should hang out sometime. Bunch of stands.
We could. You could hang on a meat hanger, Matt.
Dude, they used to do that back then, like all the athletes and stuff, right? Because they would send in, cards or whatever, football cards, and to the people's houses.
Yeah.
And like some players would be cool about it, and some would be like, "Thanks for the card." You know what I mean? Like, appreciate it, and then just never get back to them. It was always fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd probably sign them. It's kind of like, you don't need to be looking up my home address, man.
Yeah,
that's not cool.
But then,
I'll sign it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The whole thing's crazy with those, because some athletes, some can just be dicks, and then some can be really cool.
Yeah,
like when Ricky Henderson passed away the other week, right?
Too young. Too young.
Not only too young, but I knew that was your wife's crush. And
she was devastated. She's been in mourning.
She was the first person I thought of when it said Ricky Henderson passed away. I'm like, oh no, Miss Donna, no. But then like you read these stories, and like I was with a friend, and he was telling me these great like legendary Ricky Henderson stories about.
He's a pretty badass guy.
Yeah, kind of what a dick he was.
Oh, I didn't know he was a dick.
Everybody's gonna have an off there egotistical, you could say, but like but
then there's patterns of dickishness.
Yes, yeah. There was like some. Oh man, I'm gonna have to try to find some because it was hilarious the way he was telling these stories. And like there was somebody getting ready to break his record or something like that, or come close to it.
Yeah.
And like he called the guy up and like didn't even. He just goes, such and such Henderson here. Like, didn't call himself like Ricky. Hey, man, this is Ricky. He just goes, Henderson here. Like that kind of. And I was going, man, that's a bold strategy. Just Lloyd here.
He's a third person kind of guy.
Yeah, third person kind of guy.
So what did he say? Was he a dick to the guy?
I guess so.
Don't you break my motherfucking record.
Yeah, it was like a teasing him kind of thing. Like, you know, it'll never happen. You know, that was like that kind of thing.
Trying to get in his head.
Yeah.
Because Ricky couldn't stand for his record to be broken.
There's another one. Rumor has it when Ricky Henderson played for the Mariners in 2000, he noticed first baseman John Olerud wore a helmet while playing in the field instead of a cap. Ricky told him, I played with a guy in the Mets last year that did that too. Olerud replied, that was me, Ricky. We were teammates on the Mets last year. And it says, rest in peace, Ricky Henderson. So if that's a microcosm of his personality as a whole, could you imagine the great Ricky Henderson stories that are out there, like throughout his life?
I mean, does that mean that he views himself as such a main character that when he goes through life, the other people's faces and personalities are just a blur? He doesn't even recognize them because all he sees is Ricky.
That's one theory.
Is that
right?
it?
I don't know.
How do you play with somebody?
Isn't that great? That the guy's like, yeah, that was me. We played together. I'm thoroughly convinced that if I were to come like face to face with Hogan, right? I said, hey, man, nice to meet you. Can we get a picture? And he'd be like, yeah, sure, brother. And he wouldn't even put two and two together that I'd seen this guy, met this guy, known this guy for 20 years, and you've personally sued me. None of it would even equate. He would go, okay, like, because he's so into him, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's that different.
He's just like, here's another guy who wants a picture, you know.
Right. And then I'd be like, hey, you remember you sued me? And he'd go, I've sued everybody. It doesn't, brother.
I mean, can you imagine how many people he sued?
Oh, it's a ton. If you look at it's a crazy amount of lawsuits, dude. Like seriously, it's kind of funny. But
so some people live life with blinders on, but people like Hogan and Ricky Henderson and other narcissists, they have the blinders, and then there's mirrors. It's just
yeah, it's nothing else.
It's me vision.
Me vision.
It's me vision.
That's a great way of
putting it.
What it is.
Everything is through the lens of you.
Me vision.
You don't nothing means anything unless it applies to you. And you have children, and yes, you show them affection because you want them to bring you attention.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They don't give a shit about their kids, really. They just, how can the kid benefit me? It's a narcissist.
The dance moms of the world.
I'm convinced that, well, won't get too specific, but there's the new trend in children getting surgeries, and if you know what I mean.
Okay, gotcha.
And I think you're talking about Munchausen syndrome on a massive scale. This is because this is legal Munchausen syndrome. You can 100% do it and never face any repercussions. And Munchausen syndrome is a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of women probably don't do it. Maybe they're almost. Now, you get a medal for doing it. You're looked upon as, wow, look at you, by some people. So it's all Munchausen. It's all mental illness. All of it. Well, not all of it. It's just like it was about 20 years ago, when there was 0.00001% that was that way, and we didn't care.
Well, the whole like mental health thing, like it's real. Mental health is real. It's a thing. There's a lot of people out there with issues. I get it. But as I was talking with my wife last week, we were chatting about these mental health, and everybody's got, mental health days off or this, that, and the other. Like it's become like a thing. Right?
Oh, big time. Oh, it's a huge thing. Yeah, huge thing.
And it's like, oh, well, yeah, I can't get out of bed today. I can't deal. It was that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, you need a mental health there. You got to nurture your mental health, Matt.
Right, which would be great. Like, it sounds awesome. Like, cool, great. Unless you have to do what you have to do, right? So, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm sure there's some out there, but I've never met one, I'll just say Mexican, okay? The hardworking Mexicans that are roofing every day and cutting grass and doing all the sort of manual labor that you see out there on the daily. I've never met one of them or know of any of them to ever be like, see, mental health. Like, I don't think that exists in their world. And if it does,
it doesn't.
They throw it the fuck back and move on and do what they got to do. I don't know,
That's
good, bad, or indifferent. There's a mentality there, but like, I couldn't for the life of me, if our yard guy or whatever was like, can't come over and cut the grass today, having a mental health day, we would be so
for him.
it would be good for him, but we would be so taken back by that. And
No,
go,
not good for him. He's
Well-
being lazy.
well, I think everybody deserves a lazy day here and there, but like
Yeah.
everybody, they put it on this mental health thing, but like, yeah, you can have mental health stuff, but the whole point is, I don't know, to fight through. I just never met a culture and people that are acting like this.
Well, because it's not normal.
Like the white man is really
pathetic.
yes, like I don't know. It
Like,
seems
okay, the mental health. Sure, there's people who have actual mental health
tons
problems,
of it.
but the studies that you see, they say the more you discuss and just hammer home mental health,
You get in your own head.
the more mental health problems there's going to be. You look at kids today, and they're all fucking Looney Tunes. There's a lot of, and a lot of it is social media, but a lot of it is just when you're told from. I mean, I've heard my grandkids, and they're like 10 and 8, talk about something they've heard something about mental health. It's like, when you're 10, you don't need to know about your mental health.
I
You're
didn't even know
10.
the word mental health till I was like 35. Like, for real. It never
It
even
probably wasn't a thing.
It never occurred to me
Those-
as a
those two
kid.
words, yeah.
None of that stuff. Like, nobody ever, like, it just wasn't a thing. And I'm glad it is a thing, and I'm glad it's acknowledged now and that it is real. But at the same time, it can handicap you or it can assist in you handicapping yourself.
Hey, it's a crutch.
Yeah,
it's a crutch.
there you go.
Because it's easy to nowadays say, well, I'm bipolar. And it's like back in the day, nobody was bipolar.
Yeah, it's either, hey man, you seem in a good mood today, and then the next day it's like, man, you seem like in a bad mood today. It seems like a good mood or a bad mood.
You
Like,
know-
I don't know. Like,
You know what they called that?
pissed off.
Being moody.
Moody.
Moody,
Yes.
right? You'd say, oh, yeah, he's... Watch out for Jim. He gets moody sometimes.
Yes, moody. You're exactly right. Moody.
And I, if I can recall the moody people that I've known in my lifetime, none of them, none of them went home and, did anything to themselves. They were just moody.
Yeah,
Some people
yeah.
aren't moody, and some people show it in different ways. It's just
It's a pick 'em. But I
we're
know
going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
We should be opening up mental health institutions and helping people, not this lip service of mental health and driving it into our children's heads so everybody thinks, oh, he's got PTSD. He's 9.
right, like they can use
He's
that.
9.
Right, they can use that on day one, and it wasn't a thing on day one before. It's just, I don't know, dude. It's very strange.
kids today.
Not even kids. Look,
No, it's warped.
I've just never seen the
gone up.
Hispanic population in general ever be like they work, like they grind, they hustle, like,
Yeah. Also, they have no choice.
that's
I
my
don't
point.
think Pedro,
That's
Pedro
the
can
thing.
go to the strawberry foreman and go, I'm a little stressed today.
That's my point, though.
You're fired, Pedro.
Yes, but treat your life like you got no choice, because you shouldn't really. You really don't have much of a choice sometimes. And if you go through your life thinking that you can just constantly have a choice in the matter, like, you're going to be severely disappointed at some point in time when somebody goes, yeah, you don't really have a choice.
Don't have a choice. My first morning show was the Three Little Pigs, and I can remember calling off one time, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to do that again," because the look that the way you treated me the next day, my boss,
Sure.
well, he does not cotton to taking time off, so you better be dying.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never thought about taking off after that. I didn't need a mental health day.
But now you can say mental health, and it might get you might be all right now.
Oh, he'd have to keep it to himself.
But it wasn't, and then, because if he didn't keep it to himself, then you got a nice HR complaint, and then it bubbles up, and blah, blah,
then he
blah.
just fires you one day because he resents you so much for taking all those mental health days.
Fair enough, yeah.
Jamie the Plumber, 1,000 bits. Woo! Thank you, Jamie the Plumber. I need my other glasses. Jeez, look at me.
And speaking of these, sorry, you got
Anthony resubbed. Appreciate that. Jamie the plumber gifted 2 subs as well. Woo! And is that what is it? That's okay. In 1,000 bits. Yep, got it. I think I got it all.
All right. No, I was say
Kevin JK 1,000 bits. Sorry to interrupt, Matt.
Not at all.
Jamie the plumber another 1,000 bits. Woo! It's Trump's about to take office. I think people are feeling prosperous, Matt.
Good. Cheer away.
Cheer! It's a
cheers, everybody.
It's a Make America Great Again cheer. Anthony, I got him 11 months. Thank you, Anthony. Okay, I think I caught up here. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was saying along the same lines of not mental health quite, but I'll tell you what, people being soft.
Soft. Yep.
I was watching the soccer game or football.
Football.
What was it Real Madrid and Barcelona FC, whatever game was on the other day. And I'm watching it and man, dude, it just looks like a bunch of Karens out there. I get if you're getting kicked and it's hurting or you're suffering an injury, but every play, some players out there faking it and trying to sell it, and they'll show it on the replay and it's not even close to him even getting hit, but he's and again, I get it, but it's it was overly consistent where I was like, I have to turn this game off because they look like a bunch of Karen. It was a bunch of pansies. It looked like they're fit, but they're fit pansies.
They're amazing athletes.
Amazingly fit pansies.
It almost makes it unwatchable.
It was. I had to change it.
It's really turned me off the last few times I've watched it. It's like you've got all these other. You ever seen rugby?
Oh, they're brutal.
So brutal. And you'll never see a rugby player unless his leg is broken in half. He's just going to keep playing.
Yeah.
And these guys, they get stepped on a lot with the cleats. You know it's going to happen. How many times do you think an NFL guy gets stepped on?
Quite a bit.
Those fucking linemen, they're not doing nothing but tap dancing with their 300 pounds. And have you ever seen a lineman laying on the ground holding his toe going, ah, and screaming, ah?
After getting kicked by a 124-pound 16-year-old?
It's crazy.
It is weird.
I don't know. I don't know why they should. To me, it ruins the sport. They should review those, and then they see it's not real. They go, "You're out of here."
Correct.
And you give a pansy.
The pansy card.
Or if you get 2. The first one you got to wear a pink shirt the rest of the game, and then you do it again. And
that's
you're
it.
Gone, you pansy.
Well, the only reason I watched the game was I had watched the David Beckham documentary on Netflix, so I was all into soccer last week or something like that, right? I had tunneled through that documentary and I'm going, and it just reaffirmed my thoughts and feelings of, okay, that guy's a stud. Like David Beckham, I'm thinking to myself, all right, if I had to choose somebody's body to be in, that would be the dude, right? He is a classically handsome gentleman.
Yeah.
Everything's, great athlete, great mind, great business guy, all the stuff, and I'm going, man, soccer. Had no idea. He's a badass. And then I'm going, oh, the soccer game's coming on. Let me check out that soccer game. And then it was just
Karens.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah.
See, that's
what happened to the David Beckham? I don't know. Maybe Beckham was a Karen when he played too. I don't know.
I don't remember. But all these countries, soccer is huge, especially in Latin America. And all these countries generally in Latin America are full of macho men. Who they're real, they're not quite as advanced as the American man. They're a little more misogynistic and they're more tough guy, macho. But they watch their heroes writhe around like pussies.
It's strange.
What the fuck are we talking about?
There was the Beckham documentary. They were showing a point in time where he was in a championship game or whatever it was, World Cup or something, and the opposing player team was like. So I was just trying to get under his skin, rile him up a little bit. So he, kind of tapped him, and Beckham reacted, and Beckham barely kicked the guy. I mean, Beckham's on the ground, and he lifted up his leg and kicked the guy a little bit. Barely.
Yeah.
And Beckham got red carded for that and got kicked out of the game, and his country hated him for a year and a half. Because they blamed
a big game or something?
Yeah. It was like the World Cup or one of those things. But one, he should have never been red carded for it, right? And they interviewed the guy who actually like tried to rile him up and got him to do it. They're
Yeah.
like, do you think David should have been red carded? He's like, no, no, not at all. Like, not even close. But it shows, like, do they not have any sort of review process in football? Is there nothing?
They don't generally review. They review goals and offsides for and goal. That's about it.
So
Or
maybe they
and
should-
handballs in the box. It only has to do with goals. I don't believe they review penalties.
They should totally review penalties, and then you'd cut out a lot of this Karen shit.
Or would it make the game like the NFL's kind of getting another review?
Yeah.
Another review. I mean, they do that a lot.
Soccer's great because they just add time. I always used to think like, okay, game ends at 90 minutes, and then it was like, whoa, wait a second, what's happening here? I thought I won my bet. He's like, oh no. We got another 22 minutes left. I'm going, whoa, that doesn't make any sense at all. Like,
That's the word. You could be ahead. And
yeah.
You're like, and you're doing that 90 countdown. You're like, I win, and then the guy on the side holds up the sign that says 11 minutes.
Yes.
11 minutes, and you're like, no, that's an eternity. An eternity.
Unless I was losing the bet, I'm going, wait. So I got another 11 minutes to try to
Yeah.
get this bet right?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
False hope
Yeah,
for
this is
11
amazing.
minutes.
11 minutes.
Yeah. I don't. The replay, boy. I don't. I'm not watching much of the NFL the last few weeks because I don't really care about the teams. Bucks got eliminated, and a lot of the games have been crappy. I saw the highlights of the Vikings-Rams game, and there was a big buzz on the internet because it was. I didn't see the game, but it was a play where the Rams had an important down, and Stafford goes back and he's getting sacked, and he throws it like right before he hits the ground. He does it like like a lobster claw, and then there was a guy like 6 feet away, so they were like, not intentional grounding, nothing. It's an incomplete pass, and it's like they need to take it back to like judgment. Like the referee should have some judgment and go, yeah, I know technically, but we know what everybody in the whole stadium knew
We know
that
what
you
you're
were
up
grounding
to.
it, so that means you were fucking grounding it.
Well, the weird part to me is, okay, so you can have intentional grounding, but if you were to take the opposite approach and just completely throw it into the stands, then it's just, well, he threw it away. And we're off to third down. He decided to throw it away. But it's like, okay, so what's the difference between completely knowing you're throwing it away and completely knowing you're throwing it on the ground?
Because there's rules about throwing it away.
it's-
Yeah, see, that's kind of stupid too. I don't know if I agree with that. You can just throw it out of bounds.
You can just
That didn't used to be a thing. They changed
huck
that.
it away. And well, he was getting chased down. He decided to just throw it away. It's like that's sort of like intentional airing.
It's intentional
not
airing.
grounding. It's intentional
That's
airing.
what it is.
Or maybe
They're trying to kill everything for the offense.
unbelievable.
That's Bill Belichick was on with the Mannings, and they were watching that play, and the Mannings are going crazy, and he's just stone faced because he's Bill Belichick. And at the end,
Because that's it. He does.
they both go back and forth, and he's like, "It's an offensive game, fellas. Try coaching defense in the NFL. They're gonna get that call every time. Sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, there's no way that was not grounding. This is like the most ludicrous call in the world."
I didn't watch the I watched the Bucks game, but I did not watch the.
It's a good game. It was a good game.
I didn't watch the Vikings Rams, but I'm going okay. And part of the reason I didn't watch it, honestly, is because of the fires.
Solidarity with LA.
It was like I'm all in on the solidarity thing, but I know that the whole game there's going to be a lot of those messages, and I had heard enough. Like I was like, I had to change it because I'm going. I don't want to see if I have to look at another sign that says LA strong or something like that. I'm going to flip my shit. I'm just going to turn off the game. But like, I get it. But like they brought out that girl who sings, "This is my fight song." And it's like, they did it with the fires in mind. Like, we're stronger than this. Like, we're going to beat this thing. It's like, it's a fire, man. There's not a lot you can do to beat it. It's not cancer where you can take chemotherapy or so, like it's a fire. Either it's a firefighter song is what it is. You can't really have any control over a wildfire.
70 mile an hour winds. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah. Like this is my stand here and watch my house burn down song. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. I think there was a picture of like Ben Affleck out in front of his house with a hose. And I'd probably be the same way.
For a while.
Yeah, for a while.
Until I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like,
Oh,
this
shit.
is not going to.
Because it wasn't like it wasn't like a normal fire.
Right.
It was like a firestorm. So
Yeah.
within a matter of minutes, it could be upon you. So you got to get that. I think when you feel that wind and you see it spreading, you got to know it's like you got to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, and Gavin, oh my God, he's so unlikable,
He's so douchey.
So douchey. Like, I don't know how he. And didn't they a couple years ago have like a vote to recall him?
They said no.
And he won.
This guy. Look at his
Yeah.
hair. Look at his hair.
They could have ousted him before, and they chose to
Or it was rigged.
to move forward
With this guy.
with this guy.
He's what.
He's hateable.
There should be a next level of politics with just people with more intelligence who can just look at certain people and see their mannerisms and talk to them a couple times and go, he's a complete scumbag. How do you not see that Gavin Newsom is a complete scumbag? How do you not see? How do you vote for Lindsey Graham and whichever Carolina it is? What kind of moron?
Whatever cross-dressing fantasy that guy's got.
I mean, he's like Nathan Lane. He's like not even remotely straight.
He's the Richard Simmons of politics.
Oh, smug little.
Yeah, but Gavin Newsom especially.
He's smooth though. He's smooth. He's Matthew McConaughey, man.
But it's gross. It's gross.
It's gross to someone who has any perception at all. And the average American is just dumb as a box of rocks.
I don't think the average American likes him at all.
I wouldn't.
I think
so.
it's just people in California. I think it's just the Jimmy Kimmels of the world that are like, this guy's the best.
I think they're stubborn. You know, there's like anybody else. They're like, you're not going to tell us what to do. You say we should get rid of this guy? Well, fuck you.
Yeah.
It's got to be that mentality. We know what's best for California. Wildfires.
I would have, like, the fact that during COVID, like, I know it's a dumb thing and people make mistakes and it's like, I know it's totally minor on the grand scale of life, but there was that fancy restaurant called the French Laundry out there in California, and he was, governor of during COVID, and this dude is eating in the French Laundry with no mask on, sitting there with lobbyists, having a good old time. And while he's telling everybody else, don't leave your house, lockdown, mandates, masks, the whole nine, like everything, that to me wrapped his personality up in, that's all I needed to see. And I know,
should have been all anybody needed to see.
And maybe I need to see more of the guy I have. I don't like him even more now, but
yeah, it's a pretty good tell.
But yeah,
it's
that's like the first thing where you go, ew. I like that would be where it starts and stops for me.
It's like when you're proven to have the utmost hypocrisy in something so very important that's affecting people's lives,
right,
and decisions that are sometimes life and death,
and the ego. The ego to be able to think that you're going to get away and nobody's going to notice that you're in there eating without a mask or like get a picture of you or anything like that. And like to think you could just do that. Like even if if you're a person in power in that time, in that day, with everything going on, and you don't have the self-awareness just to go, I could do that, but the optics on it are going to be terrible for me. And instead he goes, fuck the optics. Let's go eat at the French Laundry. You know what I mean? Like that's a totally narcissistic.
Yeah, because he can say fuck the optics.
Yeah.
And he can be fine. He's still, I mean,
meanwhile, in politics, optics are typically a lot of it.
I don't know if it used to be.
It used to be.
It used to be. I think now it doesn't matter. Whatever your guy can get caught doing whatever. Eating the ass out of a crackhead who dies of an overdose after he supplied him with opioids and fentanyl. And people
was that Andrew Gillum? we talking about? Oh.
and then the people would rather vote for him than somebody that than the anti guy that they could never vote for the other side.
Yeah.
It would be like they'd be like a heretic.
Dude, political scandals are the best. Wasn't it? What did Andrew Gillum? Andrew Gillum. Is that the name I'm thinking of? He was an African American gentleman.
You were 100% correct.
And he was very, very close to becoming the governor. Like very close.
He was leading, I believe.
And then whatever happened. He didn't win. But then he got caught like in a hotel, butt naked, doing poppers or something. Something
Pretty sure
weird.
it was meth or something like that. It was crystal meth, or maybe it was something pretty like wow.
There had to be some poppers involved.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Yeah, you can't just have meth and no poppers.
You must heighten sexual pleasure.
You got to get that nitrate.
So yeah, he was a dirty dog.
And then nobody really.
Boy, that would have been fun having him as governor.
Oh my! Could you imagine?
I mean, you can't keep that stuff under wraps.
Yeah, dude, that was a trip. And then the Chris Christie scandal with him looking like a beached whale during COVID. Didn't he take like a private helicopter or something across the? I don't know.
Which one?
Was it Chris Christie? Who I'm thinking of?
He went. I know he went to a private beach.
That's the one.
Like he's telling everybody the exact same thing. He's like, nobody can go anywhere.
Yes.
And then his fat ass is lounging on a beach.
That's all I need to see. I don't need to see anything. That little move right there, that's enough for me to go, yeah, I got to write you off as a person because that's not cool. Like,
I think there's a big difference in a politician getting perks or maybe using a government plane to go on vacation or something like that, as to somebody who's doing something that is exactly the opposite that he's forcing people to do and saying it's for their own good or they're going to get punished or fired or put in jail.
That's exactly
you're
right.
a piece of shit.
Yes.
I don't really care you took a helicopter ride to this Taylor Swift concert. As long as you're doing a good job. Just don't be a piece of shit. See, I think it's a big difference.
Did you think they had political scandals back in like the Washington days and the?
Yeah, I'd love to know.
You know what I mean? Like, what were those scandals looking like?
Allegedly, he traded the horse for 2 nights with the prostitute, Your Honor.
Washington's big one. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Walrus teeth.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah, who knows? God knows what was going on in politics.
Poor Martha.
Oh. Was she hot?
Not after he got through with his walrus teeth on her.
You know it's Saturday night. You know what that means, Martha?
No!
Yes.
No!
Time for me to goeth downeth. Let's get freshest.
Benjamin Franklin would like to watch In the Closet again. They were freaks. They got wearing powdered red. They kept their powder wigs on when they screwed, I guarantee it.
Oh, man. Yeah. Take off the wig. It looks like Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club. All of a sudden, you're like, whoa, no.
I think they did it because they couldn't wash their hair back in the day. Sanitation wasn't that easy in a new country. And they get like,
who was making the wigs, though?
They would stink, so they could have the powdered wigs to cover up all the...
But who was making the wigs? Like, where were they getting the wigs?
Big wig.
Yeah,
big wig was making them.
But then, no, for real, like, what were they... I mean, I'll give it a goog later, but, like, what were they made of? Who was making them? And, like, would Washington get mad if, like, it's like everybody else had his same wig? It's like, I don't, like, wig maker, I thought I kind of want this one exclusive to me. This is kind of my look. You can't just be out here selling the same wig to everybody. Did
they really have those hairstyles you see when you see the signing of the Declaration of Independence? Or is that just some artist going, and I'll give him this wig and him this wig?
What if they all just had rat tails?
They all have rat tails.
Just rat tails.
It might just be a rat tail. Unless you got the big bucks.
Dude, I had a rat tail. When rat tails were in, I think I was in like 4th or 5th grade. I grew out the old rat tail.
Like how long was your rat tail?
Mine went to, I had it down to the bottom of the neck. I had it braided.
How long was the rat tail popular?
However long New Kids on the Block had their run for. Because that was
4 to 7 years.
I'll give it 3.
2 to 4.
I'll give it 3 because you couldn't.
Yeah, it probably wasn't 7 years.
Yeah, it took you time to grow out the rat tail, so that was already a year of the popularity gone right there by the time you grew it out. So yeah,
New Kids on the Block.
Man, they were
step by step.
Ooh, baby. And they're still riding those. They're still doing it.
I'd be riding those coattails.
Oh, hell yeah. They
But
sell out.
How many songs did they have?
Oh boy, I would say conservatively, hits wise,
Yeah, hits wise.
I'd say 10.
10?
Believe it or not.
Smoking
How many do you think?
that I would recognize 5 at the most. But maybe I'll be wrong. I could definitely be wrong.
I
Okay.
could be high
New
on
Kids,
the 10.
We could both be high. New Kids songs.
I'll be checking my algorithm here as well.
You got it? Okay, what?
Hanging tough.
Hanging Tough. I remember that one. Step by Step. The Block. I don't remember that one.
Well, it was a hit.
You're lying. It fucking was not The Block.
Okay, I got
That
it.
was in 2008 too. That was definitely not.
All
a
right,
hit.
here I got it. I got the list right here. This is off their album, The Greatest Hits.
Oh, greatest hits. Here we go.
Step by Step.
Yep.
You Got It. The Right Stuff.
Okay.
I'll Be Loving You Forever.
Okay.
Cover Girl.
Yep.
Didn't I Blow Your Mind?
Yep.
Please Don't Go Girl.
I'd have to hear it.
Please don't go girl. You know that one.
Okay, we'll give you that one.
Tonight.
I don't know. See, you're just saying. I don't know.
Tonight. I know that one.
I don't know.
Valentine Girl.
I don't know. See, you were probably deep into the fucking what
wouldn't
are they? The New Kids on the Block.
Don't act like you don't know. Yeah, it was the New Kids on the Block.
Just because it's on a greatest hits album doesn't mean it was a greatest hit.
No, it doesn't. That's what that's like when artists signed a shitty record deal and they got like a 5-album deal. At least this is
Yeah.
the way it was back in the day, and they're going, oh, God, I don't want to be with this record company longer. We owe them 2 more albums.
Yeah.
Let's just get out of this deal. What do we do?
Scooby doop doop bap doop 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 doop.
Well, or they had three more. Let's call it. They had 3 albums left. They would do an acoustic, right? An unplugged album.
Live album.
Yeah,
that
or
shit.
a greatest hits, or the easy one to get through with something would be a Christmas album. And they would just remix a bunch of Christmas songs, throw something on there, and then they're going, "Okay, we're out of this record deal. We got to get out of this thing."
Good one. the
We
Christmas
fulfilled
album.
we fulfilled our obligations.
How did we get on the New Kids on the Block? What the hell were we talking about?
Rat tails or something.
Oh, I got a couple of things written down here, but they make no sense now.
Well, these things happen.
I just want to let you know that goog, when you say you're going to goog something,
Yeah, is that bad?
Goog is Donna's term from Ohio for a woman's vagina.
I did not know that.
Goog. I mean, it's may have been a local thing because I've never
Yeah.
heard goog anywhere else. But she,
Why?
because they were similar to Appalachian Hill people where she grew up.
What does that
I'm
mean?
just kidding.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Appalachian Hill people means.
I think that's the worst people you can be. The
Why?
most trashy people.
Oh, for real?
The Appalachians, like Deliverance, those kind of people.
Oh,
the
like the
if you-
Jesco Whites of the world.
Yeah, the
kind of thing.
Jesco Whites.
Okay,
So I'm just saying that to irritate Donna.
Where was she born?
And now we're really rubbing it in. The Jesco Whites of the world.
You just called your wife a
It's
Jesco
It's a
White.
running joke.
Where was she born?
Oh, jeez. Newton Falls, Ohio.
Ew. No, I'm kidding. Oh,
Teeny little town.
I
in
see
Ohio.
what you mean.
Teeny little town.
Gavin Newsom would never travel there.
Never.
If he was president, he would
No
never
salons
travel
there. Did you see David Muir? David Muir with the clothespins on his fire. Oh, hang on. Donna's got heat.
Donna's fired up.
She's got heat.
But she rolled in slow and methodical.
She did.
And
She's very calm for
she gave
Donna.
a finger point of like, let me just.
For the record,
Here we go.
my family did not call it a goog. My cousins, whose
Also, your brothers.
whose extended family was from West Virginia.
Oh, even worse.
There you
Are the
go.
ones that called it.
There had to be a tie-in, a West Virginia tie-in somewhere.
They were the ones that called it a goog. Oh, my goog. You'd fall.
because they didn't know how to spell
remember
vagina.
When they would
Goog.
fall, it would
Call it
you'd
a
hear
goog.
When they would, you ever ride on your bike when you're young and you fall and you hit your crotch on the bar,
Hit your
Yeah.
goog.
they'd be like, "Oh, my goog, my
So-
goog," and they called it their goog. And I don't know where it came from. I assume it came from their relatives in West Virginia. Is where I assumed it came from.
Did you use it? You use that term?
No, I just make fun of it. And I use it, I've used it on the show because I make fun of it. I'm like, has anybody, because I wanted to see if anybody's ever heard that. I'm like, has anybody
Nobody.
ever heard it called this? Because my cousins used to call it that. And I don't know where it came from.
Did you ever have like names like with your children growing up, like when they're little, of like their private parts?
Ooh, I don't remember what we
I
used
think
to
we
call
just
them.
called it your private parts, your privates or
I
something.
think we'd say something.
We never, I don't think we ever
Oh,
called it
we'll have to ask
your
Trace. 'Cause-
vagina.
No,
like
it was
that,
definitely
or
not
your-
technical.
Mine was my family. I think my grandparents they called it a Dickie and a Susie, and that was always that was.
I never heard that.
It was a Susie until
I
I was
think
like
they're-
40.
Susie.
I think there's
See
like
that, Susie.
there
Yeah.
must be a ton of names for this.
There's got to be, right?
Every family
Oh,
seemed to have
yeah.
their own, but I don't remember my family calling it anything really.
That's funny. Like with the term grandma and grandpa. Everybody's got different names for like me,
Oh yeah,
me, pop, pop.
everybody.
In my family, it was just grandma and grandpa. And then I would go over to my neighbor's house or something, and they would have their grandparents in town. They're like, "Oh, this is my Oma and Opa," and I'm going, "What?
That's
Like, what is
a-
that? Like, it's like, yeah, it's like a German thing or something." But everybody's got different nicknames. It was always grandma and grandpa, and the
Yeah.
privates were always Dickie and Susie. That was just the way it was.
Yeah.
Mine were grandma and grandpa, normal grandma and grandpa.
Yeah, mine
no
too.
Nana, no papa.
But for like us, we couldn't choose what they could. They just that's what they call you.
So what do they call you?
Like
now?
like I imagine it was going to be grandma and grandpa, and so she turned into mom because that's what they could say.
Call me Goog.
and and I was pop.
Pop and mama.
Goog.
Goog. Yeah, I don't know where.
That is a gross term if you
Isn't
think of
it-
it.
Isn't it
It
gross?
feels
It's like
slimy
you're
and like
goog.
goog, like goopy, but
Hit that goog, Mike.
It just sounds gross. I
want to
always-
see my goog.
Yeah, it was like that. They sound like that, too. Like my goog.
Goog. That's a
Ew.
gross term.
That-
goog.
I just wondered.
It's so
you know,
appropriate,
I don't know.
though.
No one ever said they've ever heard
It's
of
a
it.
good term. Don't you think it's like goog? It kind of is a goog.
Oh yeah,
It's a goog.
It's goog.
Yeah, if I were to look at mine, I would call it a yuck. Actually, that's what I used to call. That's what we used to call poop. Was a yucky. Did you take a yucky? Like that was
No.
that was a term
My
for
mom
for poop.
called it cucky.
Cucky.
Isn't that gross?
Caca?
Huh?
Caca?
Who? Somebody called
Caca?
me. What?
Cucky?
Cocky?
Like cucky.
I'm here. What you need?
Cucky?
I didn't ever call it that,
Cucky.
but
I never heard it
when
called
I was
cucky.
little, I remember her saying that word, and I always thought it was the grossest word.
I remember
Cucky?
my
Yeah.
mom had a boyfriend years later, and he bought a boat, and he nicknamed the boat the Wet Susie, and I was like, oh my god, oh.
I am
I was-
never climbing a board.
I was disgusted. I was
Wet
like, this guy's
Susie.
dating my mom, and I'm equating the Susie back to and is the Wet
Yeah.
Susie, and I'm going. I don't want to ask him if that's why he named it that, but
Do you think your mom would like go to him and go, "You want to see my Susie?"
yeah,
Maybe your mom named it.
God, you should call it the Wet Susie.
Cause come look over here.
Ah, give it a goog.
So anyway, that's where that came from. My family did not call it that. So quit calling me Appalachian Hill people.
Now, what's so bad about Appalachian Hill people?
Well, you've seen the.
Like you said.
It's like the Jessica Whites for
Yeah.
real. Like, were they that bad? Like,
Yeah.
could you point them out? Like, they lived among you? They lived in your area?
No, they live in Appalachia.
I don't know where that is.
The West Virginia, the North Carolina that just had that was the Appalachians where everybody they had all that damage.
Okay.
No, Appalachian Hill people are like
No, I'm not-
way
I'm
different
just-
than what my cousins were.
What was like the trashiest part of Ohio where you
I
grew
mean,
up?
where I lived, it was near Cleveland. So
Still is, I believe.
Warren was kind of trashy.
Really?
It just smelled. It was a lot of factory, and it. I remember
pollution.
a smell.
Stunted her growth.
It was like the the smokestack thing. I don't know what.
They-
what was
they
that?
lived
Steel.
in
It
the
was
backyard of the soot factory.
It was a steel factory.
We live among the smoke factories.
No, it was like steel. We did steel.
Yeah.
Like Thomas Steel was where a lot of the men worked at Thomas Steel.
Man.
And I remember Warren was kind of run down in some places where we'd go from Newton Falls to get to Warren to the mall. It'd be back ways, and it'd be past these like steel plants where and it was just a certain smell.
There's
And
like
I know that a lot of people back then used to call it. I can't say.
but like
Better
Virginia.
not say.
Can't say. Oh, yeah, you
We're
probably
driving
can't.
through
Okay.
town,
Yeah. Ooh.
and that's what I didn't. I was too little.
Well, like in West Virginia and like the coal mines up there, like that's the job where I look at some of these jobs and I go, I don't know how those people do it. Like
Yeah.
working in a coal mine, like God, that seems like
Horrible.
It seems awful, right? Just your lungs and what's going on and all that stuff. And then meanwhile, like I got hit with an ad about jobs for working on an oil rig
Yeah,
in the middle of the ocean. Okay.
that's no fun.
But they're like, hey, you work 3 months out of the year or something like that. You make like 120K. It's like some crazy, it's a pretty good amount of money, right?
Yeah.
Because it must really be shitty.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But on the
It's hard, is what
on
it is.
on the
It's hard.
commercial for the job, they're making it look super sweet. The guy's like, we have a cinema. It's not that bad. You know, it's kind of fun when you rock in the water. It's kind of sweet. Like he's giving all these pros, and I'm going, oh, it doesn't seem that bad if you can work a few months out of the year and then, you know, not have to do it again for the next year. And then the next video was like, why I hated working on an oil rig. And then it had like the 7 biggest disasters from waves crashing into them and all this stuff. I'm going, yeah, okay, yeah. Nothing's that easy. You can't just, there's got to be some dangers out there.
Yeah,
I think there's
I
a-
would imagine working on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean is not a cush job.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of physical work to it. Have you ever seen the videos of the guys and there's a big thing and he's got these clamps and he's covered with oil and he's doing and there's 2 or 3 guys doing this for like 2 minutes and it's like
2 minutes.
Yeah, but that might be your job all day long if you're doing that kind of shit.
I know a guy who, for a living, he goes and finds where the oil is. He basically has he's got that brilliant mind of knowing where to drill, right? So he'll go out and he'll spend a few months out on these boats, on these rigs, these oil rigs, but he's not doing any of the stuff. He's basically going, yeah, this is where we want to be, and that's where they, find it or strike it, however it goes. But I'm going, man, I look at different professions and you go, huh? And I think coal miner might be the worst. Like worse than an oil rig,
It seems
right?
like their hours are like long, very long.
It's long, hard work.
Like
and
you're
then
not
you
getting
could
home
get
till
trapped in a.
Oh, just
that would be
coal
the
mine?
worst part. The worst part.
you
getting-
couldn't pay me to go down deep in a coal mine.
Yeah.
Right now, you could not pay me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do. That's the worst thing is we see them in these little tiny shafts and they're on these railroad cars and
That's
they're
right.
a mile down. It's like not for me.
Why do we need coal that bad?
We need energy.
I
We need
mean-
electricity.
I look at those guys and go, I get their mate like.
What? Okay, that would come to our age-old theory of why do these jobs that we are so dependent on and are so hard and nobody wants to do these jobs always so low paying? I don't understand.
Not only
it.
low paying, but like so. I don't know. It would appear. I'm sure I'm incorrect on this, but it would appear as though they haven't really come up with better ways to have it done. Like it's still using the same. All right, we're going down in a shaft down, a mile, and we got a little headlamp on. Like it's the same sort of. It's the way their daddies did it, and the daddies, like that kind of thing.
But I don't know how
But
else
still,
do you
why
do
not?
it?
Why?
How else
Why?
do you do
I don't
it?
know.
They may not have a skill, a great skill. So I guess that's how they get away with paying them. Like they're just dumb and they don't know how to work. I mean, I'm saying that's
That was
how they're-
Donna calling all you
No,
hardworking
I'm
coal
saying
miners
that's how
dumb.
they would view them. I guess that they're just dumb and they can't get any other job, so they'll go down in this mine. So we don't hardly have to pay them nothing because that's all the only job they can get.
Meanwhile, it should be the
Whereas I
opposite.
think they should be making.
I know.
They
Right.
should be the
Making
ones
some
making
money and working hard.
$100,000 and, it's
Yeah.
like you're freaking risking your life every day to go down there.
Yeah, 'cause if
They
it's
should be
like-
making $150,000 a year.
If all of them went on strike, like literally was like, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. We'd be like, everybody go, huh? what are we going to do here? And how are we going to get coal? Like,
How
these
we
guys
gonna-
are the ones
how we
getting the
gonna
coal.
power the cities, yeah.
And then either one of two things would happen. Either those guys would get paid a buttload more,
Yeah.
or they would have to revamp the industry and go, all right, we need to find better, more efficient ways of getting this up.
I think they're revamping the industry as we speak, and they're probably automating and roboting the whole coal industry.
I'm
because
okay with that one.
I'm going to say, because I don't think you're going to get anybody that's a
Maybe-
millennial today
Yeah,
to go
I
into
think that's-
coal mining.
Yeah.
Do you think
They're
so?
trying to- I
You could
think
be the
they're
dumbest guy on the
I think they're
planet.
finally waking
Yeah.
up out there and going, we're getting out of here.
Yeah,
before
you-
I get stuck having to work doing what my dad
Like,
did.
yeah, like, okay, so I can set up an OnlyFans, and even if I barely get any OnlyFans customers, all I got to do is spank my monkey twice, and I'm going to be making as much money as I would in the coal mine. Like, yeah, you're going to see a definite shift, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spank your monkey. You're talking about a dude?
Yeah.
You
For
know
other
dudes on
dudes?
OnlyFans?
Of course there
No,
are.
there
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
that many dudes. It's all the.
No, there's dudes.
I'm sure there is, but I don't think there's a lot of dudes. I think it's
Not
a,
as many dudes.
dudes. I don't need to pay anybody. I'm a dude, and I want to see a guy's dick. I'll go anywhere, and they'll show me their dick.
You could say that you could make the same argument about women
Some
and
people don't want to do that.
and
though.
porn. I mean, look, the OnlyFans stats. I was reading something, or no, not reading. I hate reading. I was watching something, and they were saying the stat was crazy. It was like between females the ages of like 18 and 24 or 26. If you drill down the amount, the population in the country, okay, of females between 18 and 26,
Yeah,
or whatever. it is.
we did this. We
Oh.
showed. We played the girl who did that.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, it was like what 30%
it was-
of
It was 10% of women that age group are on OnlyFans. So 1 out of every 10 18 to 25-year-old girls on OnlyFans. 80% of the men who go to these girls' OnlyFans accounts are married. That was one of the statistics. I can't remember any other ones.
It was crazy stats. They were like mind-blowing stats of like, whoa. So you're
It's a
telling
lot of
me in a
people. It's
room
a
of
lot of people.
yeah, like in a room of 20 women, I can't make a joke about OnlyFans because chances are two of them
2 of them are on it.
may be on it. It's like that's not fun.
I don't know any that are on to you.
No, I mean personally, no.
But like she said,
But I wouldn't
it's-
know
it's
because
eight-
they keep it undercover sometimes. You know,
It's like how many 18 to 25-year-old girls do you know?
Yeah,
You know a few, but not a ton. You don't. Even, I mean, be hard pressed to know 10,
that's true.
and one of them would
What-
be on OnlyFans.
what if your daughter dropped out of school and did that? Would you guys be pissed?
Yeah, if she was doing some nasty shit.
But you would only know it if you saw it. It's in that content's kind of protected because it's behind the paywall, and they do a really good job about not getting it out there and all that stuff. So, but if she was like, look, yeah, I could do this for a living, or I could do this for a living and make $100,000 a month, as an example, right? Would you encourage her or not encourage, because that's not the word.
do it.
Get that goog. But I mean, where do you stand as a parent on that? Like,
Where would you stand, Mike, if she was making $100,000 a month?
yeah, we'll use $100,000 a
do
month.
that?
Let's just.
Oh, you could. Yeah, but some of these girls make ridiculous
Yeah.
amounts of money.
A lot aren't, but let's say she's making $100,000 a month, and she drops out of college and realizes that, look, I know this ain't gonna last forever, but I'm gonna strike while iron's hot. I'm gonna get this. $100,000 a month.
Yeah, I mean, I just knew, Berlin would never do that in a million years.
No,
but if she did,
Yeah,
I'm
we're playing
not going
hypotheticals.
to disown my daughter. She's still my daughter, and she does. I may not approve on it, and tell her not to do it, but she's a grown woman, and I'd still, still love her.
Would you treat her the same though?
I wouldn't touch her.
She buy me a car.
That's right.
All of a sudden, it makes things a little better.
Donna's
doesn't
going to
it?
be on the phone. Early.
Hey, Berlin.
OnlyFans.
What do you think about this?
I don't know.
What about you?
Oh man, that's.
Would you want your daughter to do that?
Well, I think the question would be is if she's if the the adult if they're doing it like is it just them on the channel, or is it them with random people. Like it would
Yeah.
make it worse if it was like random people.
Oh yeah,
like that's
a whole nother level.
It
But that's
is.
where it always leads to.
yeah.
Because everybody's paying you for the first couple of years of your OnlyFans, maybe, and then they're like, you better come
Start
on,
doing something different.
do something different.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, no. Yeah.
I wouldn't be too keen on that.
No. What if Trace did it?
He's
For real.
already doing it.
Real talk. What if Trace was like,
Trace would do
"Hey
it.
man, I'm
Trace would do it for $10,000 a month. So
fine. Let's say he was making 10,000 a
Oh,
month.
well, hell, he'd do it. Of course he would.
But what
10,000 a month?
You would probably have a much easier time of going. Trace has an OnlyFans. That's hilarious. Like you would probably, I don't want to say co-sign it, but you'd probably have a much easier time
Yeah, for sure.
with that, right?
For sure.
Like, for some reason, it's
I mean, I think both of us would be going. Trace figured out a way to do it, babe.
yeah,
He's hardly working at all, and he's raking it in. Yep, that's Trace for you. He figured it out.
but those stats on
There's a guy
OnlyFans. That's
that,
crazy.
Berlin played soccer with a girl, and her brother, after he graduated high school, all of a sudden he I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago, he was younger than them, and he was a cute kid growing up. He was played soccer and everything, and he was a nice looking kid. And then about 6 years ago or something, Berlin was like, "Hey, did you ever have you guys seen this?" And it was like he moved to California, and he was like getting into bodybuilding
Phase one.
and starting to. Obviously, he was gay. It's like, and she was like, "Did you know he was gay?" I was like, "No," and he was doing gay stuff for online for guys.
Yeah.
And he was starting to, he put out calendar, and then he was getting all into this social media, starting to, get followers on his social media and all this, and making a calendar and doing all this stuff. And then all of a sudden he went missing. Nobody's ever heard from him since. His whole family, nothing.
Damn.
So,
You
shit
think you
like
got
that.
trafficked? You think you got taken?
Something. So, that's
Yeah.
a bad,
Yeah.
thing to get into, because all of a sudden he was missing, and they haven't, it's been about 3 years. Nobody's ever heard from him.
A buddy of mine, this is like years back. I mean, this was like early days of internet, when they just had those adult sites up and running and stuff like that. And, he was dating this girl. He really liked her, and she was cute and nice and everything like that. Well, somewhat nice. And his roommate was just scrolling through looking for some material, so to speak, and ends up finding her on, I think it was like filthycheerleader.com or something like that. And they had like just recently broken up. And then he finds her on Filthy Cheerleader. He's like, okay, how do I tell him that his, hey, she was doing the, look at what she's doing now. And the graphic had loaded slowly, so you're getting a view of it, and you're getting a view of all, the whole thing, And he was just like stunned. And my buddy just taps him on the shoulder and goes, "You won, bro."
Yeah.
you
go.
won. You won. And I was like, that one always stuck with me, going, yeah, you won. You didn't end up with that. Like,
Yeah.
God bless.
Yep.
It's a scary thing to get into, because who knows who he went to meet, this guy that, kid we knew. It's like, who knows? You go meet someone because they're offered to give you money or
Yeah.
something, and then what do they kill you? I don't know.
Well, okay, so I know we used to always make jokes about the mangroves over there off of like in St. Pete. There's this place that's notorious. We used to just make fun of it on the air all the time. It's called the mangroves. It was just this sea of mangroves where you just see random cars popping up on the side. And the rumor was it was just like a place for guys to hook up with guys in the bushes. Is that actually true? Or
Yeah. I think
Why-
they cracked down on it more now, but
what was the move before? Like, and why there? Like, what was the...
maybe cops aren't going to get out of their cars and go slosh around in ankle deep water to find a couple guys boning each other.
But why would they do it? Of all the
'Cause
places to choose, like,
they can get away with it. I don't
That's
know.
how- that was like-
Random. It's I
it's
don't know.
so strange to
That
be
was
like...
how Ben T. Davis Beach was too. That was supposedly like where
Nobody
guys
can hear you, babe. They say.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I'm
you
just
got-
saying that nobody can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, like Ben T. Davis Beach, wasn't that where guys hooked up?
I don't know. Might be.
You
It's a
didn't know
public beach.
Ben-
Mike
T.
doesn't
Davis?
know.
I don't know. I've
I
never
thought
heard
it
of
was
Ben
a
T.
thing.
Who's
Davis.
this Ben T. Davis you
I
speak
think
of?
it used to be on the news.
Yeah, in the bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah, the bathrooms at Ben T. Davis.
I thought they used to have chunky Sundays at Ben T. Davis Beach. Is that right? Like they were all the.
Yeah, probably.
It was like base competitions on Sunday, and they would always have like all. It was like barbecues, family reunions, a lot of spray paint on T-shirts, and
See, the guy on guy stuff wasn't happening on the weekends. That's when nobody's there. Then people are doing it in the bathroom.
seems so strange to me though. Like the mangrove thing, I just never know if it's real or if it's just been a joke.
I think it's real.
Like
Gotta
all
ask
these
Ned
years.
about that.
Yeah, I mean Ned used to. Just, I mean, it was the mangroves talk was.
I think that's where there's smoke, there's fire. People have been talking about the mangroves for years.
For years.
For years.
But I've never actually, I guess, really dove deep into
Delved
it.
into
of,
the,
like, how
the
do you-
history of the mangrove.
Yeah, like, and how can you just let that? Like, the whole thing seems strange to me.
I don't know. I have to go to some historian in Tampa Bay.
And I would never go to the mangroves to figure out what's going on. Like, that's not cool either.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you can't
You gotta go.
investigate.
You gotta go to the Tampa Public Library and go to the microfiche room. And
Put
look,
it under the.
and look at the Tampa Bay Tribune from 1989. And
Oh,
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to figure out the mangrove mystery. All right, let's take a break.
all right.
Let's take
Yeah.
a break.
Then we'll come back and we'll chat with the fine folks in chat. I'm sure.
Don't even start, Matt. We're not gonna chat.
We'll chat.
You think we're gonna chat?
I mean, if they'll talk to us, we'll chat.
I mean,
Unless it's a standoff. If it's a hang standoff.
Yeah, it's like it's a very weird situation. It's like they refused. If you say you're gonna chat, they're not gonna chat.
They won't engage.
They're like, fuck you.
Man, that's a shame.
I don't know how you get out of this hole. I think it's a perpetual deal. I think we just keep it going, and then we'll come back after the break, and we'll try to chat, and you'll tell us to fuck off, and then we'll get back on with the show.
Either way, we're just hanging.
We're just hanging.
It's fine.
We're pretty good with that. It's like a plan. See, I want to get off X.
So do it.
But then if you look, can you see up there? This is just like the stories for tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
It's all X.
It's all X.
It's all X, and I go to other stuff, and I can't find the stuff that I find on X.
It's a great news source,
I know,
dude.
but it's also my algorithm is poison.
You got to get a burner account.
I need a burner. Oh, just look for interesting
Yeah,
things. Yeah,
that's all I use it for.
Yeah, this stuff's driving me loco. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, burner account.
Oh, I think I got a previously from the Matt from the Hang.
Oh,
With Mike and Matt. See if I can find it.
how long ago?
Last week.
Oh,
I can't do this.
you got a high spot?
Too many steps. Got a high spot. Let's see. Here we go. We'll be right back with more of the Hang.
I'm a 40-year-old man putting a
Right.
condom on a banana. I know how this looks. I get it. I know it's going to not be great.
I'm surprised that's not like a sexual harassment suit.
Nowadays, I don't know what they do now.
Was it an all-male class, or there's girls in
No,
there?
no, there was girls
There's
in there.
girls in there watching a 40-year-old man put a condom on a banana. I don't know. I don't know if I want my daughter seeing that. What if the guy's a creeper? He's like,
Well, now that you mentioned it all, like now it's all coming back to me. Now I'm unzipped, and yeah, the guy did seem like a bit of a creeper. But, I mean, he's also a 40-year-old man teaching sex ed to 7th graders, so maybe he wasn't a creeper. Maybe he's just
he
as
got the
awkward.
short straw.
Yeah, like the football coach is always the same driver's ed coach.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
it's one of those things. Like, okay, you'll teach sex ed, but you'll also be able to teach history. So you get to fulfill your dream of teaching history, but you also got to throw the condom on the banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like a trade-off. Because I don't think there was just a sex ed teacher. I think they had like double duty. I don't know.
Probably double duty. He got the short straw. I'm thinking the
Now
short
that-
straw.
now that- now the
Or
teachers-
in his mind, it might have been the long straw. Yeah.
I remember I walked in and out of class one day, and he was just putting a condom on a
I
banana.
remember I walked in.
Practice, Matt. He goes to the store. He gets plantains. You ever seen the
The plantains.
the big ass plantains? And he said, "Oh, I'm having a hard time getting
Plantains.
the big ass plantains." And he said, "Oh, I'm having a hard time getting this condom on this girthy banana." Oh, could one of you young ladies come up and possibly help me and hold the plantain for me? I would walk 10,000 miles on my hands and knees just so I could come over and sniff your queefs. I would share the test. Oh, I fucked it up. If you fuck up the first two lines, you got to do it over. That's the rules. Maybe the Thunderbird tough enough. I would walk 1,000 miles on my hands and knees just so I could come over and sniff your queefs. I would save the testicles of a grizzly bear just to get a glimpse of your pubic hair. Can I stuff your mug? That is such a stud. Can I stuff your mug? Ain't that such a stud? I would blow a dolphin in the deep blue sea, swim down to Poseidon and suck his knee. I would eat a tiger's ass like it was my dessert and act like your pee is really squirt. Ain't that such a stud? Can I stuff your mug? Ain't that such a stud? Can I stuff your mug? I would work 1,000 hours, 100 days a week, and then get teabagged by a Saudi sheik. I'll go back in time and butt fuck old Daniel Boone. I'll jack off on Elon Musk on the dark side of the moon. Ain't that tough enough? Can I stuff your mug? Ain't that such a stud? Can I stuff your mug? I think I missed it. I would shoot a little puppy like old Shannon Burke, whip out my deal and jack off in a church. I would go down on a hooker who had HPV, take a big dump on a triple amputee. Ain't that dancing? Ain't that tough enough? Can I stuff your mug? Can I stuff your mug? Yeah, I think I got lost. We're doing some funky shit. I don't remember this. We're freestyling on the karaoke band. There's no, you can't, no, there's no. We don't need to see the karaoke guys noodling to fucking toughen us. No, my apologies. Yeah, we should have wrapped that up 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Hang with Mike and Matt. Donna, could you bring me a beer? I brought my frosted mug with no beer in it.
You know, listening to that Ned parody just now.
Come on.
I don't know what I was thinking sending you that text the other day.
And you know what? I was going to say, like I do a song, occasionally I'll do a song, it's called the Gratuitously Filthy Song of the Week.
Yeah.
But see, that was what that one that you just heard, Stuff Your Muff.
Right.
But the lyrics are so good. I said it's so good. It has more than gratuitousness. The lyrics, other than the chorus.
Are you talking about the one I sent you?
No, the one that you.
The one I just heard. Okay.
The one. See, now that's what I was like. I'm just going to do that for the Gratuitously Filthy Song of the Week.
Right.
Because that's good. Now I've got a celebrity inspired. Yeah. Thank you, babe. See, this is a Matt Lloyd inspired. So it can't go wrong. It's like a Bubba thing. If it sucks, it's no, it's you.
So are you suggesting?
If it's good, I take the credit.
This is for you.
Oh, wait, we got gifts.
Wait, that's for me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Just a little.
From who?
From us.
Oh. I was about to thank Lynn Carr out of nowhere. Really?
Amazon just came by. I said, gift for Matt Lloyd.
Are you serious? Wow. Well, gee whiz. Now I feel I didn't get you guys anything.
No problem at all.
Well, I also feel like I don't know what's going on here. Like it might be a rib. Like if I open
It was
it up,
my
it's
long con,
yeah,
buddy.
like this is gonna be like something weird. Is it something weird?
No, it's not.
It's proof, finally, that you...
Oh, it's a DVD player.
It's just some snacks and some
Biscoff?
snack basket. Have you ever had that?
No.
Oh, it's so good.
peanut butter?
No.
Yeah, it's like a-
cookie
It's
butter.
a peanut.
What the hell's a cookie butter?
It's a cookie butter peanut butter.
So it's like better than peanut butter.
Oh, it's so good.
Really?
It's so good.
Glazed donut sticks. You guys are trying to just give me a heart
Get all
attack?
fat. Get them all fat.
Oh my! I've never had these
Never had
either.
those?
Now you can't hang with nobody else because you're too fat.
Just me-
Nobody else wants you. We've plumped you up nice and good. You'll never be able to join another radio show. You're too fat. And Doritos too. You fat bastard.
Oh, we need to pump those open.
I've never had Dorito minis. This is
just heat those donut sticks up for about 8 seconds in the microwave.
Put some butter on them.
Jesus.
I don't put butter on them. I don't hardly ever eat them, but the kids love them.
Wow. Okay. This feels like this will help me with a dry January. Well, we might as well just leave this here. You know what I mean? Like, thank you. Absolute vodka. Wow. What else? What else to help give me a heart attack?
Just a big
Buffalo
heart
wing
attack.
pretzel sticks.
Oh, those are good too.
I've never yearned for a pear so bad in my life.
I would have got you a fruit basket
Just-
if I knew what kind of fruit you like.
Moose Munch. Oh my
that's
God.
that's
I figure
decadent
everybody
too.
Dude.
likes snacks, so.
And then some candies. Wow. Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. That's amazing.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Spice Boy.
Hey, man.
And now here's the real present.
We're ending the show. It's been over a year. Contracts expired.
Here's a picture of you.
You in a vulnerable position. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Well,
I mean,
let's
thanks,
be honest.
Donna.
Thanks,
right?
Donna.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. As guys, our wives do the nice things for us.
Bro, I can't buy. I'm.
Is the camera just on you?
Maybe. Did we miss all that?
Oh man,
Did we miss all that? God damn it. Damn it to hell.
video gold.
Fuck, video gold. Matt receiving presents. You got a hype train going on.
What?
It's a happy, I don't know what it is. What's going on? We got all that confetti. Level 2 complete. Oh, shit. How did this happen?
Does that mean you've got to do your strip club
I
thing?
think I got to do my strip club thing. I
Yes.
don't even know what's going on.
Yes. Anytime you get the opportunity, I can sit here and stare at you do your strip club DJ thing. Is great.
I'm hitting the wrong alphabet numbers. I'm doing terrible. I'll get it. Oh, fuck.
You'd
we
be
got
the
a
world's
level-
worst strip club DJ.
I would be. I'm terrible under pressure.
Up
No,
next
it's not-
on the stage, who's the next whore?
I don't know. What's her name?
Roxy or
I can't.
Foxy?
It's spelled fucked up.
You'd be roasting all the strippers up there.
That might be a fun job. Kevin JK. I need to put my hype train glasses on. Kevin JK, 1,000 bits. Town and Country, 100 bits. Kevin JK, 1,000 bits. Kevin JK, 1,000 bits. Level 3, 44%. Trying to figure out what's going on. How do we get this hype train going on?
You're that good.
I'm that good. The show is that good.
That's right.
AJ Dominguez, 420 bits.
Fireball.
Jay Hugo is gifting a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Jay Hugo.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. I got hairy legs.
Wow.
Trying to catch up. I'm way behind. I got hairy legs. Getting carpal tunnel. Okay, level 3, 44% on a Wednesday night hype train. What do we got here? We got Sucka Free with 100 bits.
Okay? Shut the fuck up!
Jamie the Plumber, 420 with 2,000 bits.
Hairy legs.
Taking us to level 4, Matt. No, yeah, we're on level 4.
Get it.
You could just be over there eating some Dorito minis. You might pass them over here.
Yeah.
Jamie the Plumber, 750. I like the snack.
Oh man, they're like Doritos but smaller.
Really? Kevin JK, 2,000 bits.
Hugo, you piece of shit loser.
What was that?
It's like they took all the crushed pieces out of a bag and
It's just crushed pieces of Doritos.
Thank you.
Yeah, did you bring a spoon in?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Kevin JK, I think I got that 2,000 bits, taking us to 80% on level 4. Thank you. Try that Biscoff. Oh, you got to get the security seal off.
Yep.
Sexy time.
Oh, here we go. Biscoff.
Tastes like Doritos.
Oh, it's so
I ruined
good.
my palate.
Oh, you ruined his palate.
No, that's good.
It's so good. It's so
Now I got it.
it's decadent.
It tastes like those vanilla wafers.
It's
Right?
a classy vanilla.
The
wafer.
classy with vanilla wafer, yes. Wow.
There's a cookie Biscoff which tastes like that.
Where did this come from?
I don't know how we got turned on to that,
That's good. Thank you.
but it's pretty fucking good. Level 4, 80%. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the gratuitously filthy song of the week. So I think that "Eat My Asshole" is perfect.
So you are going to do it.
Yeah, the only problem, I mean, not problem, but because I have to do a backing track with that one because it's the whole song is nothing but a backing track. If you don't have that whispery backing track, you gotta have that whisper. So that's gonna be a pain in the ass, but I'll do it anyway.
Thank you.
I'm sure it writes itself.
Appease me with that one. You're the only person on the planet I can text that stuff to and it not seem weird.
Yeah, I have tried to tone down a little bit of the anal. I was like, yeah, I've been there, I've done that. Don't need to do a lot of anal humor anymore. not a lot of ass eating. I mean, just tone it down just a smidge.
So are you saying you're going to change?
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay,
but
all
I
right.
mean, it's got to be a reason. Got to be a reason for ass eating.
That's the reason. It just seems like it fits.
Or it can be the gratuitously filthy song of the week.
Okay, so is that going to happen for this week? Because
that's because I'm looking for ideas. So
Ned in your head Friday mornings.
You will hear that.
Okay,
early. So it'll be between 8 and 9 o'clock.
Perfect. I can't wait to catch it live. My family's very excited about it too.
It might be early because I might kick it off. Might kick it off with that. Kick it off.
I'm excited. That warms me up.
Winding down. It seems as if the buffalo have wandered onto the tracks, and we must slaughter them, or this train will never get going again. Everybody, get your rifles and start slaughtering buffalo, so we can pile their skeletons to the sky.
Where's that come from?
That's what we did.
Really?
The buffalo herds. Level 4, 80%, 40%, 40 seconds left. The herds were so thick with hundreds of thousands of buffalo, and they would wander in front of the trains, and the train nothing they could do. They had to wait. Sometimes it'd be like a week for the buffalo move, so they decided they needed to kill all the buffalo, and they did. You gotta do what you gotta do. Level 4 complete. Kevin JK comes in like a knight in shining armor with 2,000 bits. AJ the Lingerer, 1,000 bits. We got a level 5 hype train, Matt, going on. 4 minutes left, level 5.
That's amazing, I think.
That's a serious hype train.
I think it's amazing. I'm
We're
not
getting
sure.
some serious momentum here. The Japanese magnetic bullet train going 450 miles an hour.
I mean, we are one of the top 10% of podcasts in our thing.
And we're not even trying.
We're just hanging.
We're not even trying. Top 10% podcasts in the fucking world, I think. In the world. And, we're also honest. That just shows you how shitty every other podcast is.
Could be it, too.
90% of the podcast should not be done. 5% are overrated.
Yeah, we're the 1 in 10 that doesn't suck as bad as the rest of them.
We're the 1 in 10 that doesn't suck. Motherfuckers.
We're taking the opposite approach.
It's not a laughing matter. Well, yeah. AJ the Linker, 500 bits. Taking us to 49% level 5. These people appreciate the Hang for what it is. The best goddamn stream in America.
There it is.
You want to level 5, 49%. Let's see what Ned said on Twitter. Did you see Ned's tweet today?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
I'll put it up here for you. Okay, we get it. You guys were the driving force behind the greatest show of all times. Massive talents, blah, blah, blah. Tune in at 6 to hear these two tell each other how cool they are for what seems like 5 hours. I wish they would cheat on the ratings and be banned forever. Fuck these guys.
That's hilarious.
It's my favorite thing to do every week is to write that.
Just rip on ourselves.
251 left, level 49%, level 5 hype time. I'm fading, Matthew.
Oh, you're doing great.
You're mixing them strong drinks for me.
I've been over here eating Doritos and eating cookie butter.
There was no passing of the Doritos whatsoever. It was just throw it. Just throw it.
I don't want
it. Just throw it. Now you can talk for a while.
The annual passing of the Doritos. So if my vision were better, I'd be able to see the names up on the chat to call out the hype train, but I cannot. So therefore, I'll just pretend people are doing a hype train. Emerson Johnson with 50,000 bits. Thank you, Emerson Johnson. Level 5 hype train, 82% of the way through.
AJ the Linger, 1,000 bits.
Yep.
Oh, these are pretty good.
Sean Raz. Sean Raz coming through with 1 million bits. Thank you, Sean Raz.
They're like tiny Doritos.
Yeah, they're just like they're Doritos for midgets. Shadow Crypto.
Pretty good.
Amy Lennon XJ.
That 67%.
Juaco Flocka.
67% with 1:44 left on level 5.
Goog on Your Face coming in strong with 10,000 bits. Thank you so much.
Good name. That's a good name, Goog on Your
We
Face.
are rich now. Now things are moving along.
Thank you, Goog on Your Face. All right, one more bite.
Yeah, go for it.
One more bite.
Go for it. Cluster in Your Asshole coming alive with 5,000 bits. Cluster in Your Ass. Thank you so much for that. That is
Emerson
awesome.
Johnson,
The Navajo.
the Navajo, he heard you talking about it, said that he gifted a tier 1 sub, taking him to 1,166. And somebody else, AJ the Linger, 1,000 bits, taking us to 76% on a level 5 with 1 minute left to go.
That is incredible stuff. Uncut Meaty Mandingos. Plural, Mandingos.
I've branded.
9,000 bits. Thank you so much. That is incredible.
76%, level 5. 45 seconds left.
Lady Stephosaurus, no bits, but did offer to show her ass.
Shit, AJ the Linger taking us to level. What is this? Level 6? 2,000 bits. AJ the Linger. Yeah, level 5 complete. So that's a. This is loose. Way loose. Look how loose this is. Oh, you're killing the buzz with your looseness, Manson. Here we go. Come. This is loose too. Both of them loose. Both of them loose, Matt. It's unexcusable.
Tighten it up, Mike.
It's inexcusable. Do you ever watch the local news and see how shitty it is now as far as the technical aspect and go, boy, this wouldn't have flown back in our day?
All of it. When they're just
ridiculous.
There's no teleprompters or no nothing. It's just them reading their note that they just typed up 10 minutes ago on their iPhone.
On their iPhone. It's terrible. Level 6, 23%. God damn. Level 6, 23%. And the audio, like they'll be playing an interview with somebody and it's like, I'm like, they would have told me they'd have fired me on the spot if I gave them that interview. What the fuck's going on in America?
Dude, I gotta tell you what radio format I absolutely can't stand. This Jack FM format that started about a decade ago.
Yeah.
I just don't, I just don't like it. They're like, we'll play whatever we want. It's like, what the, I mean.
It's Bubba 98.7, buddy.
Ew. Was that what you guys did?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Play whatever the fuck we want.
He had to cheat on the ratings because nobody wanted to hear the shitty music.
And then I would play like, I can't remember what the name, why I would do it, but I would like it'd be some Pink Floyd or something coming on, and I do the old record scratch and go, fuck this. And then I play like some Tove Lo or something. And you know we're going to be royal. And I was like, yeah, it's like, you listen to this shit and like it.
Take it.
It was, once again, it could have been something.
Well, at least
it could have been something.
I get the gimmick behind it.
It's a gimmick, but it's a good gimmick.
Those true stations that are really doing that Jack format, and it's like the Cranberries into like Billy Idol into Led Zeppelin into Dolly Parton, and I'm going, whoa. and then the promo for it was like, there's always a stinker in every bunch. It's like,
I like that. I'm loving this station.
No, it seemed like terrible marketing to me.
That's my kind of marketing, which
You're gonna
probably
hate,
isn't good.
You're gonna hate some of this for sure.
Level 6, 23%, 2 minutes left.
Level 6.
Unheard of levels on the hang.
Man. I like the fact you're wearing that USF sweatshirt and you still look like a young man. You can pull it off. You look like you're starting your senior year at college right now. Look at you.
When do I have to change my wardrobe?
Never. I don't believe in that anymore. What I have is what I have. The same thing with you.
And I'm not gonna He updated a little, but just with a new purchase because you need a new shirt.
Right.
You need a new shirt, and like, oh, this is what's popular now. I might buy that.
This is my newest sweatshirt. I think this is my Old English 800 sweatshirt. Like, this is...
That's timeless, though. That's
exactly.
timeless.
This is, you know...
I mean, it's... I went to USF, but I got a hoodie on. Is that so wrong?
No.
Emerson Johnson gifting 5 Tier 1 subs, taking him to 1,171. It's outrageous. God, and I take back all the bad things I said about the Navajo people.
Yep.
I swear to God.
Yep.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
We owe you some poppers, Emerson Johnson. We owe you some poppers.
Level 6, 57% with a minute left. It's a nut tugger. It's a nut tugger, Matthew. Oh, they're going to make it a real nut tugger, taking us up to 90% with triple edge sword.
Whoa.
Gifting 5 Tier 1 subs.
Unbelievable.
Hot damn, thank you. 40 seconds left. Oh, somebody said fuck you and put us over the top. It's Jamie the Plumber. Jamie the Plumber came in like Donald Trump making America great again. He's making the hang great again, gifting 5 Tier 1 subs. How many has he gifted? 88.
Oh my God, he's like a sub pimp.
He's a sub fucking pimp. Jamie the Plumber taking us level 7. It's never had a level 7 hype train on the hang. 18%.
Ever?
Donna, we can turn the air conditioning back on.
This is the highest we've ever been?
On the hang?
That's
First, really trying to make it work.
Right.
And then we quit trying to make it work. So, yeah. It was, it's one of those things where
I love their video games.
we got a level 7, 18% hype train success. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Slow clap.
But it's one of those things where you start. I was trying to come up with any kind of idea. Because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Twitch. That's gonna be our thing. So I was like, I was roping my kids and their significant others into. We were doing a quarters dance party, and and dressing in costumes and shit.
Yeah.
And I was playing games. And then it took a few weeks to realize, oh, nobody gives a shit about this. Oh, fuck. Nobody gives a fucking shit about it.
Well. Yeah, I'm just amazed at I'm amazed at how far video games have come, right? Like graphics and the way it looks and all that stuff.
I couldn't play one of these modern video games.
That's what I'm saying. Before, Contra, you would go left and right, and you jump up or go down. Now I'm looking at all these people, and they got like 360 views, and you got to watch people coming behind you, and then you got a map in the corner, then you got this map in the other corner, and then and then you got to choose your weapon.
Sounds like a job.
Yes,
it's a fucking job.
And not only a job, but like there was a stream. It was 3.5 hours long of him playing Grand Theft Auto, and I'm thinking to myself like, whoa, that's a lot. That is a lot to take in.
It's so weird. So you're into games. So like back in the day, you were into football, and then there was a thing on TV where people were playing football, so you watched it.
Right.
So now you're into games. You like to play games, and there's this guy playing games at a high level, so you just like to sit there and watch him. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Which, if you're the person playing the game, right?
It's pretty awesome.
And there's certainly talent to it. Like, I can't diminish it because, just your hand-eye coordination and to know all everything that's going on. Like, I'm sure it's a talent. Like, I get it. But, man, meanwhile, like, you could have a dude, if you're going old school, like, you ever seen somebody who's art on, like, Etch-a-Sketch?
Yeah.
Like, really brilliant looking art?
Yeah.
They would probably get, like, 4 views on Twitch. And it's like, meanwhile... Like that, he just made a Picasso-looking painting out of an Etch-a-Sketch, but nobody would, put it over. It's weird. Society's strange.
We got a girl in a tube top, talking about purses. I mean that's
and purses. Oh,
every format, every stream, every kind of platform gets inundated with girls showing their cleavage.
Yes, or pretending to, much like I've told you in the past. I've watched a stream on Twitch where a girl just pretends to, like, there's a pool set up, like an indoor little inflatable pool, and she's going to apparently come out and do jumping jacks or whatever, right? And she's doing that thing like, I'll be out in a minute.
It's the.
But now I'm hooked. Now
all-
it's like, is she
Does
gonna
she
come
ever-
out?
does she ever come
I've
out?
never once seen her come out because eventually
pretty good
I tap
gimmick,
out.
isn't it?
It's terrific. I mean,
a
there's
pretty good- I
thousands
like
of people
that
watching.
gimmick.
The chat is going crazy. There's people are cheering subs and doing the whole thing, and she's just doing the thing like, yeah, I'll be on. Like, but I've never actually seen her jump in the pool, and I don't like. It's almost like Santa. Like, I just want to know if it's real. Maybe I tapped out early on the stream. I never got to see it. You know, like.
And now you'll never know.
And I feel like a
You'll never know.
total pervert because I shouldn't care about that stream, but I care about it for a different reason. I don't really want to see her.
Just want to know.
I want to know.
Just want to know.
Oh no, is she gonna get in this goddamn tiny pool or not?
Sometimes you just want to know.
Yeah, like I don't stop teasing. Like I get the art of the tease. Like man, but she is really, and I don't even think she's the only one. There's multiple people that are doing that. It's craziness to me.
You know, spent a lot of time.
We need a tiny pool, is what I'm saying.
I know what that means. But
The hang will start in a minute.
at the end of the day, it always comes down to the hang's got to whip their dicks out if they want to make, if you want to be successful. Gotta whip your dicks
I
out.
can't do this.
I mean, I don't think anybody wants to see my dick. I'd whip
That's
it
the-
out, but I don't think what.
That's the most disappointing part.
Dicks
Is
are-
let's say we go there and then it's whatever.
I mean, dicks
Who
are a dime a
cares?
dozen, right?
More, no, less than a dime a dozen.
Less than a dime a
dozen. Less.
So what do you? If you're a man, on,
Dickflation has actually gone down.
Dickflation. If you're a man on OnlyFans, what is? So you gotta be like buff. So you're on roids, you're jacked to the max, and you have a semi-impressive penis. That's what it takes. Is that
I have
what it
no
takes?
idea. I don't know. I don't know.
Or maybe your willingness to put things in places they shouldn't be, and the size of those things. Could that be a thing? Your size king. Maybe I've invented something, and you'll see me on OnlyFans tomorrow as a size king. Hey, no dude's ever put a football up here. Check this out. Can I get $100?
That or you do a stream and it's just a football and it's like you're just teasing it and you go, I'll put it in a minute.
I'm moving up.
I promise I'll put it in a minute.
You go about your day, and every half hour you come back and you go,
Did you put it in yet?
I'm gonna do it. I swear. Yeah, put the dogs out. I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's that. I'm doing it. That's the key. Solved it. All this trying to be entertaining and shit. You just come up with some stupid fucking gimmick.
Dude, my wife bought these door stoppers, which I didn't even know was a thing. I thought, like, a door stopper in my world is a door stopper that you'd see at a middle school or a high school where it looks like a piece of cheese.
Yeah,
you know?
a piece of cheese. A wedge.
It's
It's
a
a
wedge.
wedge.
And you stick it under the door, and that stops the door. That's a door stop. She says, I bought these door stops. I'm like, okay. And she brings them in, and they're these big, like, they're big, heavy, chunky things. And I go, what do you do with these? She's like, you set them in front of the door. I go,
Yeah.
why didn't we just get the wedge? Get the
wedge.
Get the
Very simple
That's-
concept. You
yeah.
can't really improve on the wedge. They kind of aced it the first
Well,
time.
Now we got these bigger things that are door stops, but they look like butt plugs. They're acorns. They're big acorns.
Yeah. And what's the
I didn't equate them to a butt plug until my friend came over and goes,
You got
Some
a
of
butt,
the-
you got a butt plug propping up your front door.
and it's like this big, it's like a foot tall. I'm going, oh my God, now I can't look at those the same. Thanks a lot.
What is the purpose? What is the advantage of using the butt plug doorstop?
It's an acorn doorstop.
I'm
Thank you very
sorry,
much.
An acorn doorstop as opposed to the wedge doorstop.
I don't know.
Is it a fashion accessory? Is it?
I think it's a little
decorative
fashionable.
accoutrement.
I think so.
Is that a word?
Yeah, I think it is. But it goes along the line with like the purses and all that stuff, where it's like, at what point what point do women go, yeah, I'm not going to get the fancy purse anymore. Like, doesn't really matter. Like, I don't know how that goes.
Well, I married me a woman from
I know you did.
Newton Falls, Ohio, and she wears a functional purse.
See, and
There is so much stuff in that purse. I mean, it is ungodly. And you can be out on the road and you're like, if only I had something to sew up this wound on my leg. And she's like, I got it right. And she searches around and there it is. There it is. There's the sewing kit that saved your life.
yeah, my wife moved to a crossbody bag. Like, so
Yeah,
she
you got the shoulder, and then you got the cross.
yeah, she's got the cross body bag. Put him in a body bag. But anytime I go out, I see the girls, and my wife has a couple nice purses. I ain't gonna lie, but she's not hell bent on it. You know, like some of these women are. But oh my God, if you go to like the mall, the fancy mall around here, like International Plaza, it's a fashion show in there at all times.
Really?
It is insane.
Haven't been there in a while.
Dude, don't. Don't go. Save yourself the time. You'll want to spit on most people you walk by. That's how it feels. It's like one, you don't really know what's what and who's who, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, it's also that kind of fashion show. But is that good people watching though?
For a minute.
For a minute.
But
it's too annoying.
It's a lot to take
to
in,
take
dude.
in.
It's a lot, and especially since I've moved out here to the sticks. This is, a departure from my life before, right? Where I was like going out, and I haven't seen that stuff in a while. So when
slap in the face.
when I
Back to
do
reality, man.
yeah, well, when I see it,
This
I'm
is
like,
what the world's like now.
yeah. It's yeah. I'm like going. It's like a Back to the Future kind of thing. I'm going, whoa, what happened? Like, I don't know, man. They're getting stranger by the day. I know that much. Like, I could even go to Target, and there's a lot of weirdos in Target, and I'm thinking Target's just like, I'd rather go to Walmart now. Like,
what's going on at Target? Is it? It's
a
freak,
fashion
it's a freak
show.
It's a fashion freak show.
yeah, I don't know. The world's
I don't
becoming
go to
weird,
I don't
dude.
go to Target.
See, you don't. This is what I'm saying. Like,
I've been to Target. I've never had a Target that's really convenient to my house. So the Walmart's always convenient. So I go to the Walmart.
Man, yeah, do that. Keep doing that. Society's getting very tilted.
Target is so different than Walmart, but from when I used to go.
No, it is. Yeah.
It's like Walmart is like 70,000 people in their pajamas who've got mutant children because they inbred.
See,
it's a nightmare.
But I used to look at that and go, ew. Now I look at it and go, yeah, these are the people I'd rather be around. I want to put me with the mutants that, like, I'm you now. Me, you, same. Like, I'm liking that equation more than like going to the fashion malls and all that, where it's like, oh God, I can't. I don't think I can relate to
It's
anybody.
like the episode of Extras with Ricky Gervais when he's got a successful TV show, and he goes to the snooty bar and hangs out with the snooty people, and David Bowie sings a song and mocks him, and then he goes back to the pub, and the people are marking out to him, and he's like, yeah, this is where I need to be.
Well, like watches, right? Like my watch that I wear, and I wear this every week. You could probably go back to video 1, episode 1 of this show, and I more than likely had this watch on. A nice Casio G-Shock watch that does not work. I haven't changed the battery in it, but I like the way a watch feels on me, so I wear the watch.
I used to wear a watch, and I enjoyed wearing a watch.
Yeah, but I don't even feel the need to change the battery because time is everywhere. Time's on my phone. I can just look at my. Like I can figure out the time. But I haven't.
You can't give it up.
No.
Sentimental value.
But I also don't want to.
You like the look of a watch.
I also don't want to wear a fancier watch than this necessarily, unless it's like a really good occasion or something. But like, I look at other dudes and they're spending a lot of money on jewelry and all that stuff.
Shoes and watches. Shoes and watches. It's like, come on, man. What are we talking about?
I think I outgrew it. That's my point. I think I outgrew it. Or it outgrew me. It's one of the two. At what age did you kind of go, or were you ever even? I mean, you've never been a brand guy or anything like that.
No, I never have. I don't know why I'm that way.
But don't take this the wrong way. Do you have anything nice?
I'm trying to think.
That sounds awful to say it like that. I don't mean it like that.
It's right.
Like, what would you think like the nicest thing you have is?
Wow. Donna,
see this USF sweatshirt?
Are you out there, babe? Do I have anything nice? No.
quickest conversation / debate ever.
And I don't think I've ever had anything.
Okay, wait. All right, so let me rephrase it. Miss Donna, let me rephrase the question. What is the nicest thing he has? There's no answer. Uh-oh.
What is
She
the,
Kramered
what
in
is
here.
what is the nicest thing I've ever had?
Yeah,
Let's
maybe
do that.
not-
Let's
maybe
do
not-
that.
yeah.
Ever
Nicest.
As far as clothing?
had.
Yeah,
Anything. No, anything. It
Step
could be,
on up to the
and It could
microphone,
be
Miss Donna.
like not talking about a house or a car. Well, it could be a car, but I don't.
No, let's go items, right?
Yeah, like an
clothing,
item,
shoes,
clothing,
watch,
shoes, watch.
any of that. Has he ever owned anything nice? This is what you're. There's not one nice thing ever.
I mean, he had a suit. I don't know. It wasn't a designer suit.
When Bubba was getting married, I believe, or it was for our anniversary, our 25th anniversary, maybe. I went to Mr. Man. Do you remember Mr. Man?
Yes, I remember. They make all the how do you say it? Preacher suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, very preacher.
So I went to
suits.
preaching. I was like,
Anything Steve Harvey would wear, Mr. Man makes. That would be the equivalent.
I said, I
right?
just want a nice, and it was nice. It was like, it wasn't a traditional suit. It was, like it was nice. And that's pretty sad that's my nicest
But I mean,
thing ever.
he's never bought designer
Oh,
anything.
Jesus God, no.
I mean, he's had Nikes. That's it.
That's okay.
Like-
Whoa,
like-
made in China. Ooh.
Yeah, I've had some $70 Nikes before.
Do you have anything nice?
Not much. I mean,
I love you guys. Like,
I am
this
not
is like
into
the best.
design.
It's
I'm
so
not
great.
into designing designer purses. I mean, I just.
Okay.
I'm not into.
See,
I would never pay $100 for a purse ever. That's just not me.
100. You wouldn't pay 100.
No.
See,
don't
meanwhile,
give a
like
fuck about
the Louis
that.
Vuittons, those are like a few thousand. So
Yeah.
when you look at
I
a
wouldn't
girl
even pay
and you look at a
100
Louis
for a
Vuitton,
purse.
do you look at them and go, skank?
I don't even notice them.
even
Because you don't know the.
that gets them worse.
I know what they. I mean, what'd you say?
You're not
that
putting
gets
it
them
over.
worse.
Yeah, if you're
when
not.
you don't notice
Yeah.
it.
I just don't because I'm not into that kind of thing. I could care less about designer anything.
And your kids, nothing. What about them?
No, they don't give a shit
No,
about
they
nothing
grew up with
either.
me.
That's multiple generations of not giving
Yeah,
a crap.
not
Like,
giving
do you know
a
how
crap.
rare
I mean,
that is to
people look
find?
at people. They're like, "Oh, did you see their shoes?" I'm like, I never notice anybody's shoes. I never look at anybody's shoes. I barely know what kind of car my friends drive.
Dude.
I mean, I just don't. I'm just not that way. I've never worn a lot of jewelry. I don't. Jewelry didn't agree with my skin.
So what's the nicest thing you
and,
have?
real quick before
Sure.
So imagine trying to buy gifts for this woman for 40 plus years.
You don't. That's
Fucking sucks ass.
What do you mean sucks ass? You've got the best. That's the
No,
best
but
ever.
she wants
right?
something. Something
yeah, but not-
meaningful and thoughtful, and I'm like, I don't know. You don't want anything.
But you have the benefit of her not wanting anything
Expensive.
nice.
No,
yeah.
You're right. You're right because I went out and I got her a few thoughtful things just because I was like I couldn't think of anything, and I went, oh, and I was like, oh, she said this and she said
Yeah.
that, and I went and got him. She was like very happy with him.
Thank you very much.
I was like so happy. I was like,
I needed a new pan.
This does. This
She wanted
does,
some decaffeinated flavored coffee, and I went out and bought it for her.
This does recall. I think in your anniversary last year or something like that. I was like, "What'd you do for it?" And you go, "I dusted the entertainment center."
I did.
And I was like, "What?" And yet here we are months later, and it's exactly what it seems it would be. There's no.
I've never worried about what people think of me, what people care if I. Do you care if I carry a $1,000 purse or a $40 purse? Why would you care about that?
See, for
Why
you,
would
yeah.
any?
I agree with you, but society is,
Just like
is a
the
strange
makeup,
place.
people go and buy all this expensive makeup, and I'm not. I feel like they, and I don't know because obviously I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I don't. They go to these expensive stores and stuff now. It's like, you can't buy that at Walmart because they've got like 5 aisles worth of makeup.
Don't get me fired up about the makeup.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you could get that same look with something from Walmart.
My daughter's so I don't want to say influenced, but the algorithms of the world and the videos.
Yeah.
And all that
That's
stuff,
brutal.
right? So it's
All
like
those makeup videos
yeah,
on the
so
internet.
You're trying to fight against it, but
yeah.
still not. Like you want to. Okay, yeah. But it's like I think like a year ago or something like that. So there's some probably like it's like a fridge for skincare, like a mini fridge that you put your serums in
for
or
the
something
love
like
of
that.
Christ.
So Christmas time or birthday time, whatever it was, rolled around, and we know it's ridiculous. It's like she doesn't even have pores yet, and much less does she need serums or moisturizers or anything like that.
Man, they layer it on those videos.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
even know how, because like I can't wear that kind of makeup, that foundation, because it makes it just doesn't agree with me. It like clogs your pores up and stuff.
See-
and it just doesn't agree with me. And so I can't wear that kind of makeup. And I see them, they put this on, then they put that on, then they put this on, then they put that on. I'm like, how many fucking layers do you have on of makeup?
And then I'm looking, yeah, that's
So
the thing. And then
many.
I'm at the fancy mall, the fancy dancy mall, and there's just a lot of men with makeup on there. It was
my God.
It was a lot of men, and
Sorry,
I don't care. Like, fine and good. It's just a departure from what I'm used to seeing, So I got to ease into that.
It's fine.
I mean, I don't care what they do. Like, I don't care, but it's certainly a departure. But I think over the course of time, it's going to become very
Oh, my
normalized,
God.
and I'm going to
Yeah.
have a very difficult time, seeing because
Not
if-
wearing makeup.
it's going to be very difficult for me, Mike, to not throw on
I
some
might
layers.
be. Wait, I might.
No, for real. I mean, think about it. Like, if I was around it every day or saw it every day, it would be second nature, normalized. I wouldn't think about it too much. But if you're only seeing it like once every 6 months, but you see it like in a crazy amount in one day, and you got to like kind of like take it all in, it's a lot. But yeah, Mike, for real, there was a lot of dudes in what they call a full face, like, which is not just lipstick, not like a whole full face. And some of them looked really good, to be quite honest with you. They did a great job with their makeup. But it's a lot to take in.
And I can.
And that's what I'm going. I'm not long for this world at that point because I can't. Things are changing around me that I don't care about.
And it's fine. I imagine if I grew up where guys were makeup, I'd try to make myself up to look as good as possible.
Yeah, you'd go along with the times.
But it's not progress. Guys looking like guys is progress. Guys going like women wearing makeup is not progress. Just God.
Well, and then it's
guys can look like guys and still get away with it.
Well, that's the
I
thing.
don't think we need makeup.
I go back to like the David Beckhams of the world. Okay, handsome gentleman. There's no denying it. Dude is just a handsome gentleman. And yeah, he likes fashion and he likes nice shit and all this stuff, but he's loaded, so
it's also athletic too.
It's fine. But I'm looking at that going, at least, like, he's still a dude. Like, at the end of the day, like, you can look at him in that documentary, for instance, and he's still just a dude. Like, he's not got eyeliner on or lipstick. There's no. It's just a handsome gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like
features.
Yeah, and I'm going. I wish there'd be a lot more of that. Like, it's okay with being stylish and keeping yourself kept without putting a full face of makeup on or something, because they're straight. A lot of these dudes, Mike, just so you understand, they weren't. It wasn't like they were holding hands with guys.
No,
they're straight. They were straight, and they're just makeup's becoming like normalized. It's just odd to see.
I want to be with a woman who doesn't want me to wear makeup. That's all I'm saying. I want to be with that woman.
You don't want to wake up and do your makeup with your wife? You guys do your makeup together?
No, I don't.
Strange.
And okay, so you're going back to we don't have nice things.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
We don't. We're not really into that. But we did get a beach house on the beach for a month for us and our kids for 4 or 5 years.
What a flex.
Because that was what was important.
That was the nice thing.
That was the nice thing we bought.
Yeah.
I'd trade a million Nike shoes for that. That was the best times of our lives,
Yeah.
And we'd have, invite the relatives and whatever. You need friends, and you come over, and you know. I would drive to the station from the beach house because it was like only like 10 minutes more from there to go there. I was like, so that was you know that would be our nice thing. We own nothing nice, but we did spend some money on some experiences.
See, I think that's I think that's where we're trying to be, is like, we got to figure out experiences. Like, you know, enough of the nice stuff. Like, it doesn't make a lick of difference. And I think once you kind of get in that mind, like, sometimes it takes a while to break yourself of that train of thought or the people you're around, and you go, you know, like,
it's all around you.
Yeah,
it's hard to get away from it.
But if you can escape it and go, yeah, experiences. That's where it's at. And that's the reality of it. That's the truth.
We went. I think we took maybe 2 skiing trips, and those are very memorable. It's like I'm not gonna remember that purse. I'm not gonna remember my Gucci shoes or whatever. But I remember the trips and the experiences.
Yeah.
So we do. And you're talking about the phone. So what time is it? We're almost about time to wrap it up.
Oh man.
So we pick up, Bella sometimes, my granddaughter, and from school, because she goes to school real close to us, and a couple times a week she'll be here. And I was kind of getting it, and she's, she likes to do things. She's like, and I was kind of, she's into the phone. She likes to watch YouTube videos. And then I was falling into the habit of, I don't have to deal with her. She's on the fucking YouTube. And it's been going on for a few weeks, and then we made her get off the phone the other day, and she was like, Pop, you want to go in the addition and play some soccer? And I was like, that's what I need to be doing. And we went out there and we did that, and we played tag and soccer and all this stuff. It's like, I need to be the one to make her not be on the fucking phone. I need to, show her that there's, she came home from school. She's like, Pop, do you want to play some soccer so I don't get on the computer? And I was like, absolutely.
That's the truth too.
Because
that's
it's super
if
easy.
you leave them to their own devices, they'll hop on their devices.
Yeah, and it's super easy to let them do that too.
Yeah.
It's like that ain't, I got shit to do.
It is the path of least resistance.
It's way of it. Yeah, it's like, and it's fine, to have the phone and look on YouTube and do it, but moderation, and and she's such a little athlete too. It's like I want to nurture that.
Yeah. As long as she's into the sports that you're into.
It's not true. It's not true.
Otherwise. So
Berlin was the athlete of her year in high school, male or female. She was the athlete of the year. I could raise me a fucking athlete. Trace had 3,000 all-purpose yards, rushing, receiving, and returning.
What was it? Was he playing against nobody? Would it be 3,000 yards?
1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing, and 1,000 returning.
So he goes both ways?
It was 6-man football.
Oh, my God. So what? We got the OT tonight, yeah?
We're over. We're done already.
Hang OT, clusterfshow.com.
Hang OT, yeah.
We did enjoy seeing the fan mail come in. That was nice.
I
didn't respond. You responded. But it was nice to see it. Eventually, I'll figure out.
I mean, I don't really. It's like, I don't care what kind. It's like, what we do is entertainment, and the only way we know it's good is if people tell us this is good. And sometimes it's nice to get, every once in a while, I'll get something on YouTube and go, man, thanks for the content. You're so good, blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes you feel good. So don't feel free to YouTube us or email us from the Spotify deal. I don't know how you do that.
Me either. That's what's so amazing. I'm like, that's cool.
Oh my God, I got the website, and people are always like, I need to cancel my subscriptions because I'm going to change my bank account, and I'm going to. Lynn Carr did that, but I think he was doing it all himself. But some people are like, how can I cancel? I'm like, I don't know. Just cancel.
You're going to have to change your bank account in order to get out of this thing. Otherwise, you're locked in.
Some guy, M. Lucky, he was like, I'm getting billed twice for the podcast. And I was like, you figured me out. Every time you try to cancel, it signs you up for a second subscription.
World's greatest customer service department.
At least you're not talking to somebody from China.
You figured me out.
You figured me out.
Well,
All righty.
At least I didn't drop a tray. You know. All right.
Easy Rider, subscribe for 28 months. Thank you very much. Easy Rider. Oop, I didn't have it pop. Oh, shit.
You could get some of that
What was that?
positive stuff too.
What? I didn't hear what you said.
If you just read some of the chat.
Oh, she scolded you. She said if you would just read some of the chat, Mike, you'd be able to get some of that positive stuff too.
Very, you know. I'm not going to talk about it. The three man situation is the only situation where you can read chat.
Agreed.
Unless you go, hey, it's time to read the chat. And you notice we said we were going to read the chat. And you specifically said that we were going to come back and read the chat. And you didn't even raise the option.
That's not true, Mike. And I'm not going to get a whole thing with you about it. But we did have a hype train that happened right after that. It was an abrupt hype train that lasted a while. And therefore you read the chat. So it counts.
So
technically, we did our jobs tonight.
I mean, we must have spent like 10 minutes on this chat. Jesus Christ, what do you people want? God, we're such assholes. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Hang, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for Cluster F. 8 o'clock, Mike and Jerry, 11, and Net in Your Head, 7:45. And The Bar Show, Friday night. Jesus Christ, I never stop. We never stop over here.
That's right. Look at this, right?
What's going on here?
Kobe Bryant, Sprite Spot, take 3. And action.
Another triple double. Now it's time to obey my thirst. But what I'm really thirsty for is a tight white piece of ass. Like that Laker girl over there.
Ouch. Better stop that one.
I've never heard that one.
That was you were still that was Gandy. That was Gandy.
Wow.
When he was accused of rape. Remember? He was accused of rape back in the day.
What a life.
All right, we're going to come back with the OT, which is available only on clusterfshow.com. And thanks for tuning in to The Hang, and we will see you tomorrow morning for Cluster F at 8 o'clock.